Hello children, today we are going to start chapter number 4, second part, that is my video number 9. Previously we have discussed that was character set, ASI character set, Unicode character set, escape sequences, tokens, keywords, identifiers and literals. So today we are going to start with tokens, that is punctuators, operators, then data types, primitive data types, integer data types, floating point data types, character data types, boolean data types. So today this is part of chapter number 2, that is, so let us start with punctuators. Punctuators, also called separators, are symbols used for grouping and separating the code. Table below lists the various punctuators and their purpose. Punctuators. First one is semicolon. Semicolon, the most commonly used separator in Java, is the semicolon. It is used to separate statements. Second one is a comma. Comma, that is, it is used to separate consecutive identifiers in the variable declaration. Third one is curly braces or curly brackets. Curly brackets are used to define a block of code in a Java program. They are also used to initialize the values of arrays. Fourth one is parentheses, that is, parentheses or round brackets are used to define methods. They are also used to define precedence of operators in an expression. In addition to this, they are also used to define conditions and control structures. Fifth one is your square brackets. Square brackets are used to declare arrays and refers to values at the particular index. Sixth one is your dot or period. The period operator in Java is used to access member variables and methods. It is used to differentiate the package name from subpackages and class names. The first three punctuators are also known as delimiters. Wherever a left delimiter, example means opening curly bracket, appear in the code, it matches right delimiter, that is closing curly bracket, appear afterwards. So this is punctuators. Second topic is your operators. Operators are symbols which are used to perform arithmetic or logical operations in a given expression. The variables or literals or values are combined to build an expression. The variables or literals on which an operator is applied are known as operands. An operator needs one or more operands to perform any operation. Let us take an example, that is, in the expression 3 plus 4, 3 and 4 are operands, whereas plus is an operator. The main categories of operators in Java are shown in the table. Each of these operators consists of one or two special characters. The different type of operators are unary operator, assignment operator, arithmetic operator, relational operator, increment or decrement operators, logical operators, bitwise operators, conditional or ternary operator. First one, that is unary. It is of two types, that is unary plus and unary minus. Assignment operator is generally used equal to symbol. Arithmetic operators plus minus, multiplication, division, and modulus. Relational operator shows comparison of two operands. So greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, equal to, not equal to. Next one is your increment or decrement operator. In that generally we use increment means plus or decrement means minus. So increment operator is plus plus and decrement operator is minus minus. In that value will be incremented by 1 if it is given plus plus, and value will be decremented by 1. Next one is your logical operator, that is AND or NOT. After that we'll discuss about bitwise operator, that is AND or NOT, similar, or this is complementary, or left shift, right shift. Next one is your conditional or ternary operator. It is ternary operator because it uses two comparison and all that values statements. Now, data types. You had a glimpse of some of the basic data types while studying literals. Java has a variety of data types that allows programmers to pick the data types suitable to the need of the application. These data types can be broadly divided into the following two categories. One is known as primitive data types or non-primitive data type. Let us understand with the figure here. Data types. It is categorized in two forms, that is primitive data type and non-primitive data types. Primitive data types further categorize or subcategorize into integers, floating point, character, or boolean. Same word. Non-primitive data type categorize in classes, arrays, and interfaces. But today we will discuss, or in this class we will discuss about primitive data types, that is about integers, about floating points, about character, about boolean. So now let us begin with the first one, that is primitive data type. The fundamental data types that are an integral part of the Java programming language are called primitive data types. They are also called intrinsic or built-in data types because these are part of the programming language. There are 8 primitive data types in Java. These are byte, short, int, long, char, float, double, and boolean. Now, second type of data type is our non-primitive data type. That is the data type that is derived from the primitive data types or primitive types are called non-primitive types. They are also called reference types, derived types, or composite data types. There are 3 non-primitive types of data or primitive types in Java. That is classes, arrays, and interfaces. The storage mechanism of the primitive type is different from the primitive type. The storage mechanism of non-primitive type is different from the primitive type. You will learn about this later in your next class or 10th class. Next is primitive type. In that primitive type, first we are going to discuss about the primitive data types can be grouped into the following categories. In that first one is integer data type. Integer data type are used to store whole numbers. For example, 345, 1000, minus 323. There are further 4 types of integers in Java as shown in the figure below. These are byte, short, int, and long. The values that can be stored in these depend on which data type is being used in the program. Now let us see with the figure. Integer is subcategorized in byte, short, int, long. These all are integer data types. Now, the following table summarizes their size and range. Type, that is byte, short, int, long. Now, first one is byte. Its size is 8 bits, that is 1 byte. It is stored byte length integer, that is ranges from -128 to +127, that is -2 to the power 7 to +2 to the power 7 minus 1. Second is short. Its size is 16 bit, that is 2 bytes. It is used for short integer. Its range is -32,768 to +32,767, that is -2 to the power 15 to 2 to the power 15 minus 1. Third one is your integer, that is it store what is required size 32 bits or 4 bytes. It is used for integers, that is -2 billion to +2 billion approximately, that is -2 to the power 31 to 2 to the power 31 minus 1. Fourth one is our long, that is it uses 64 bits, that is 8 bytes. It is used for long integers. Its range is -9e18 to +e18 approximately. E is for exponential. Now, -2 to the power 63 to 2 to the power 63 minus 1 is its range, that is range of long. Now, next one is floating point data types. As you know, the integer data types can store only whole numbers, so they cannot be used to store decimal values. Thus, the floating point data type are used to store fractional numbers, that is, numbers with a decimal value. Floating point data types can be further divided into float and double. Now let us see with the following figure. Here I have written floating point. It is subcategorized in float and double. Floating data type, that is the following table summarizes their size and range. Float, that is required 32 bit, that is 4 bytes. It is used for single precision floating point. It uses up to 7 significant decimal digits, that is 1.4e to it is minus 1.4e minus 0.45 to 3.4e plus 0.38. Next one is our double. It requires 64 bits, that is 8 bytes. It is used for double precision floating point. Its precision is up to 15 significant decimal digits. Its range is 4.9 e minus 324 to 1.8 e plus 308. The float data type can be used to store values with low precision digits such as temperature, salary, percentage, etc. Whereas the double data type is usually required to store high precision values such as scientific reading, the location of celestial bodies and their distances, etc. If a literal constant contains a decimal point, then it is double by default. To designate a literal constant of the type float, you must append the letter F or capital F. For example, if I write 1.5 F small f or 1.5 capital F, this F generally denote, that is, floating point or float value. Third one is character data type. In Java, characters are stored using char data types. This data type supports the Unicode character set. The character type occupies 2 bytes, that is 16 bits in the memory. The following table summarizes the size and the range. Type is char, that is character. Size is 16 bit, that is 2 bytes. It stores single character and its ranges from 0 to 65,536. Note, a character data type is always enclosed within a single quote of, for example, G. If you use G in single quote, that is a representation of character. We can use dollar symbol, special symbol, anything, but it should be in single quote. Always represent for character. Next, like D, it is with double quotation, so single quotation, sorry. So it is character. Z, single quotation, so character. We can write 1 with single quote, it represent character. @ with single quotation also represent character. String which are widely used in Java programs are sequence of characters. You will learn more about the strings in your next class or 10th class. It must be noted that a string is always enclosed within double quote. That is, if you write computer in double quotation mark, it will be treated as string. You can write single letter in double quotation mark, will also be treated as string. You can write anything star, hash, @ symbol within double quotation mark will be considered or treated as a string. Now, next or fourth one is Boolean data type. The Boolean data type is used for logical values. There are only 2 values a Boolean data type can have, that is true or false. Note, 1 bit can represent either a true or false status. Binary 1, that is true, binary 0, that is false. Let us know more. Although it needs only 1 bit of storage, the Java compiler reserves 8 bits, that is 1 byte for it. The following table summarizes the size and the range of Boolean data type. Boolean data type, its size is 8 bits, that is equal to 1 byte, but uses only 1 bit. Just now already I informed you. Its description is binary or Boolean value. Its range is either true or false. So true or false is the range of your Boolean data type. Dear children, next topics I am going to discuss with you will be variables, declaring variables, initializing variables, default values of variables, then program related initialization of variables, declaration of variables, and default value of variables. This initialization, declaration, and value or default value is very important for any program. So then I'll tell you programs related to about topics that already I've said, that is in declaration, initialization, and their values or default values. After that I'll discuss with constants, then program related to constants, point at a glance. Then as I'm going to complete this chapter next time or in part 3, so I'll suggest some assignment for you to write. Dear children, in my next class, I will tell you the programs you are going to write in your this break. So up to that time, please take care of yourself, your family members and friends. Thank you all. Bye bye. God bless you.